In this episode, we interview a native of the comfiest planet in the universe, Sealyposturpediarama.
Our guest's actual name is as unpronounceable as it is lovely. So to make it easier for us, she goes by Ted.
So roll up your towel into a pillow, lean back, and
Prepare to get very, very comfortable.
Shut up and sit down.
This is wonderful because I love to talk about my planet. And I'm in booth number 42, which is a lucky number on my planet.
really?
This is ideal. What is the name of your planet?
My planet is very cozy. It's very, very comfortable. And it is called Sealyposturpediarama. It just rolls off the tongue.
It does roll.
But we call it the comfy planet.
It's very easy to slur and still say clearly, too. I enjoy that.
And considering how much we may end up drinking, I have no fear of mispronouncing your planet.
Sealyposturpediarama.
Oh, you're so beautiful the way you say it. I love your accent.
So it's a comfortable planet, you say?
Oh, it's so comfy.
Is it a natural occurring comfiness?
It is in a constant state of autumnal comfort.
You can just sit back and relax.
Oh, yes, sometimes you can sit outside with a comfy on you. You put them on and you sit by a fire and you sip on the hot cocoa.
Why would anyone want to leave that planet? I'm perplexed.
I think there's a little something going on.
There is something going on, and I'm so glad you asked. You know about the planet, the Tundrara?
Yes.
It's always very, very cold.
And windy.
It is very, very windy and very, very cold, and they are trying to invade our planet.
I can understand. I certainly would do that.
The Tundrarians are trying to come in and hurt our planet with their icy fingers and their icy teeth and their eyes that shoots ice. It's everywhere.
How do you combat that?
We build bigger fires, which does help a little bit, but you know what? It makes them blow even harder. And then it is so cold. It's not so comfy when they come.
Do you think it's because they're so miserable on their own planet that they're trying to steal that comfort and take it back?
Are you making me feel sorry for the Tundrarians? Maybe they should not bring all their terror into our planet, and then we could share.
Do you have a history of this, of invasion from planets with uncomfortable zones?
Do you know about Solstasia? It is very, very hot on Solstasia. It is not just that it's hot, it's very humid. Your beautiful hair that is on my planet, when you go to their planet, it goes like this. It freezes up. It's so big and very uncomfortable because no one wants to look at you when you look like that.
I'm fascinated. Is this a natural occurring thing? Is this a genetic thing?
What's the hair?
Or is it the weather that causes it?
The weather. It's just not humid. Have you ever seen corn silk? How it's just silky and shiny?
Every planet has corn silk. Yes.
Well, that is an interplanetary goodie. And this is what everyone's hair looks like on my planet.
I am starting to think that this whole comfort thing might be a good idea.
Trellis, what about you?
I've never been as uncomfortable as Horatio, so I'm feeling the coziness, but I don't think it's to the extent that he is. Maybe it's a double-edged sword for your planet. The coziness is so attractive that you're attracting the uncomfortable.
I don't like this sword analogy. It's very sharp and painful. Could you do like a two-sided pillow?
I was just about to say pillow. One side is down and the other side is cooling comfort foam.
Oh, I love that.
When you hit someone with the sword, it molds to their face and just comforts and rubs and...
And some people are allergic to the other side. Is that what you mean?
Oh, that is a good point.
We could put a warning tag for anyone to make sure they are not uncomfortable.
Do not use this side.
Where is the tag? I hope not on your shirt, because I hate tags on my shirt. Because it scratches and it's uncomfortable.
Has your society advanced to the point of having tagless clothes?
Yes, we do. We definitely have.
Because there are some societies and some planets, I wouldn't visit them, who have multiple tags on their clothes.
Oh my.
Yes.
Extraneous tags, in case someone misses reading the first tag, there will be another tag, and then a tag to reference that tag.
It's a very redundant system, but it's also part of the problem with the union systems on their planet. The unemployment rates are 0, but then again, there's a lot of very uncomfortably worn clothes.
Oh, it sounds like a conspiracy.
Many of these are located in what they call the OCD nebula.
I've heard of this. Very, very, very uncomfortable.
That is the perfect way to put it.
It is funny you should mention this, because I heard of a planet that is called the H and the M, and apparently you buy a brassiere there, which, by the way, we do not wear brassieres on my planet. That's uncomfortable. But you can buy a brassiere there, and there are at least 65 tags on one single brassiere.
What is your governmental setup on the planet? Do they have a trade federation that might address this situation?
Oh my goodness. This is very technical talk. On my planet, we do have somebody who just makes sure everybody's good. You know, he's the grand barista, and he is or she, hey everybody, how are you feeling today? And we say, I'm so comfortable. And they say, that's so great. And then if you say, I am not comfortable, they will say, why? And then you tell them why. And then they make sure you're comfortable.
Do they carry around an unlimited supply of blankets and tea, things like that, or is it just an attitude?
The blankets are part of the landscape. So it is you're never in short supply.
You have naturally occurring blankets on your planet?
Well, of course. Where do your blankets come from?
Manufacturing and miles away, and we have to wait days for them oftentimes.
When you need a blanket, you just go get it and bring it back to your cloud? How do you obtain this blanket? My blanket, I just say blanket, and then it falls onto my cloud, and then I am so cozy.
I have often had to go fetch a blanket. I will be lying on my settee, finding myself a bit uncomfortable, a bit cool, and I have often had to go to another room and have to get a blanket out of a smaller room that's within that room, that is on a smaller room we call a shelf. It's a process. I had not realized exactly how tiring that process is until now. Does not seem practical.
My muscles hurt from you just describing that to me.
Horatio, I think this certainly plays into your planet's natural tendency towards bad planning. I'm still curious about your comfort leaders. Are they elected? Does someone volunteer, or do you take turns?
The grand barista, he puts in an application at the headquarters of Starbushia, and that application goes to all the people of Sealyposturpediarama. And we look at it and we say, what an interesting history this person has.
So there's no sort of test where the people who are voting might throw out a situation of somebody possibly being uncomfortable, and then the person has to answer how they would make them comfortable.
We have coffee talk, where they sit, and there is a camera, because not everybody can get there. People want to sit in the comfiness of their homes and watch it on the television. They each are there, and they each answer the questions that an expert asks them.
I do wonder, what activities do you participate on the planet, in addition to being comfortable? If I lived on your planet, I would never leave my home.
Oh, but you must. Because how would you do the hot tub Olympics if you didn't leave your home?
Tell me about the hot tub Olympics. That sounds...
Please do that.
You know, when you're in a hot tub and you go, I'm so hot. And then you get out and you put yourself on the edge for a little bit to cool down. And then you get back in. Well, if you get out, you do not get a medal. But you still get to get back in because after a while you're cold and uncomfortable.
Is it a constant temperature, or does it start at a single temperature that goes up and up?
Oh, my goodness, that wouldn't do it to cook us alive. No, we are at 104 degrees, and the bubbles are perfect. Oh, and I like every seat has a little back massager.
What a fine competition. Is this just something the average citizen can do, or is this a professional? Do you have professional sports in this area?
Yes. Is there a hot tub league?
You know, people tried to make it very exclusive, but that is not comfortable. So anybody who wants to do it can do it. There are hot tubs. There are enough hot tubs for everybody.
Oh, I'm definitely going there.
It would not be fair for me to have a hot tub and for my neighbor to not have a hot tub. Unless they did not want a hot tub. That is up to them. But why you would not want one, I don't know.
So comfort is not forced upon anyone.
Well, no. I mean, you choose your own comfort. However, you want to respect each other's comfort and each other's comfort zones.
Very equitable.
Did the comfort evolve from anything? Was there
This is a very good question. So, have you heard of the big pillow fight theory?
I have not.
I know.
So, imagine it's a little pom-pom. And it's just floating in space, right? Just floating. Floating. And another pom-pom hits that pom-pom. And then it becomes a pillow. And then another pillow hits that pillow. And then our planet formed. And that is where it started. It's very scientific. Now, people know that it's science that started the planet of comfort.
The little pom-poms, could they be seen by the naked eye? Were they so small that they were invisible, and then as they joined up, something materialized?
Yes, exactly. And so it just is, they grew and grew and grew and grew until they became a pillow, and then more pillows, and then boom, they came together. It is the big pillow fight theory.
So everyone's taking it, because they're seeing the pillows in existence, they knew they had to come from somewhere.
Of course. And the pillows on my planet, all of them are flat. And the planet itself is flat.
It's a gigantic mattress?
Yes, exactly.
I'm visualizing. Now, did your planet, I know many planets go through an evolutionary period of change, rocks forming, blah, blah, blah. Has your planet ever gone through an uncomfortable period?
You will not believe this, but I will tell you that at first there were people were living on slabs of wood.
So there was, it sounds like there was an age before the big pillow fight.
Well, it was the big pillow fight. You're right. It's very confusing. Science does not always make sense.
Sometimes just being comfortable is enough. Appreciating the comfort.
The people did not know how to adapt to this, and so they were sitting on wood, not knowing that they could be more comfortable.
Did the people sitting on wood die out, and then the people who adapted to the comfort continue on?
Yes, well, this was ages ago. So then it evolved. We evolved to having pom-poms, and then we evolved to, I think the next thing was down. And then now we are living in the, a very modern age of memory foam.
Oh, the memory foam age. Yes, that.
Very breathable, like you mentioned on the other side of the pillow. It's very breathable and very nice.
That is very important with your hot tub culture, because you get out of the hot tub.
Yes.
You go to lay down.
Yeah.
You don't want to stay hot. At that point,
Oh, no.
You want to start cooling off.
Oh, and all of our blankets are weighted blankets. It's so nice when you sleep and you just go onto your bed, which is cool when you get in and warm when you get under, and it's just a perfect balance.
Now, I would imagine that would be a good export from your planet, but you would have to be careful to not sell them to planets with a larger gravity than your planet, because otherwise the weighted blankets would just crush the people.
Oh, that would be terrible. We wouldn't want to do that.
No, very uncomfortable to be crushed. And that would create stress.
It sounds like it's very rare. But should somebody make someone else uncomfortable, is there a punishment system?
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, we're getting into a dark area. I can tell.
There was somebody who did make everybody very uncomfortable. And it's very hard to talk about. But they called him the big orange monster.
Oh, I think every culture has a big orange monster. So,
Yes, he was big and orange.
At some point,
yes,
there's
always going to be a big orange monster.
Yes.
I'm so sorry.
And some people said, because they did not want to be uncomfortable, they said, what? I don't see anything. What are you talking about? I don't see anything. Everything is normal. But the thing is nothing was normal. Nothing was normal at all. Nobody was comfortable on our planet.
how long did that last? And how did they rectify it?
An eternity, it felt like. I don't know, because time is very different when you're under the threat of an orange monster like that.
Mm-hmm.
Time stands still a bit. Yes.
It really does. It just expands. It doesn't move on. It just gets bigger. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The rolling ground, it made things uncomfortable. Did it cover the planet in some kind of orange dust or anything? That's the image that popped up into my mind.
Yes, it's a very hard time.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
But the good thing is, everybody came together to fight the orange monster, to say this orange monster is very bad for all of us. We went and we worked together to clean it up, and now our planet is comfy again.
That is what. Now you mentioned rags, and this is something for many of the hitchhikers out there who want to know. Towels on your planet. I assume that they are comfy as well.
Oh, they're so nice. So you come out of your steamy shower.
Steamy. Mm.
It smells so good. I mean, it's just lavender everywhere, you know? And you come out and you drape this towel around you. That is like, have you ever felt a rabbit's fur?
In theory, yes.
So imagine what our towels must feel like. And you wrap it around you. And the towel, it is not that you have to hold it in place. It hugs you. It takes you and it gives you a giant hug. So it just sort of seals itself to you until you feel ready to strip yourself of the towel and put on your comfy clothes. And your skin is perfectly moisturized when you are done.
Does the towel sense your comfort level and it knows when to release? I'd be worried that if it ever malfunctioned, that it might strangle somebody.
Oh, you have total control of the towel. You just say, okay, towel, you little tap. Okay, towel. And then it just gently falls to the ground.
I was about to say, it sounds very...
Sounds ideal.
The towel thing is a real sticking point for a lot of us.
Not to make you feel uncomfortable, but I can understand maybe why the Tundarians are looking to your planet as a way to relieve their discomfort.
Yes, and we would be happy to share it if they weren't so mean about it.
I would like to backtrack a second. Your planet's cuisine.
Oh.
Is it all comfort foods?
Well, I don't know. Do you like macaroni and cheese?
Oh, yes, ultimate.
Do you like a big bowl of potato soup?
I could live in a big bowl of potato soup.
With a little bit of bacon and a little bit of chives and some cheddar cheese on top.
A bit of milk in there, some cream possibly.
Yes, do you like that? Now,
Yes.
I would put it in my hot tub.
well, that would be a very messy hot tub, but I would not judge you if that's what you want to do.
You need a especially vibrant towel to clean off after that, to dry off after that.
That is very true, but you know, our weddings are spectacular here.
Must hear
about
about the wedding.
When the couple or the triple, whatever you want, dive into the chocolate cake. It is so beautiful. You do this, yes?
Is that the standard cake?
Yes, the chocolate lava cake. It's nice and spongy on the outside, and then you dive into the lava, which is just a very warm chocolate. I mean, it's like a hot tub. You don't want it to be too hot.
No, that is scalding even.
If it was too hot, it would just ruin the after cake photos, for sure.
Yes, of course.
Can you tell that someone has been to a wedding on your planet because they're covered in chocolate?
No, you go, oh, congratulations. That's what you say when you see somebody covered in chocolate.
You know they were just married.
Yes, or they had just celebrated a wedding. But I had to get away, obviously. I'm here. It's this
Why? Why would you leave there?
This seems like a downgrade.
I would agree. Number 42 is our lucky number on my planet, right?
Very fortunate.
Because, as I said, the Tandrarians are trying to make my planet too cold. So I actually have to bond with the Solstasians to ask them for a little of their heat. So I am on my way there, and I thought I would stop here because I got so hungry.
You cannot travel the universe on an empty stomach.
No.
This is very true.
I think that is a universal agreement, right? Like one thing we can all agree on.
Yes.
A great philosopher, the great Fla, once said, don't not eat.
Ah, such genius words.
Wisdom.
Don't not eat.
Don't not eat.
Being hungry is not comfortable.
No.
Is he the same person who came up with nobody doesn't like Sarah Lee?
He was, yes.
Because it sounds very...
Yeah, it's about the planet Sarah Lee, exactly.
Yes. Oh, Ra. What a wise person.
An entire planet made of cake. Made of sheet cake.
Yes. Oh, that, we correspond quite often, Sarah Lee and I.
I would understand. Yes, I certainly would.
Yes, we are very good friends.
Now, I'm embarrassed to say, but I will say I've become so comfortable being around you that I realize I am not sure that I got your name.
Oh, have I not shared it?
You may have, but I am so comfortable I don't remember.
I don't think I did share my name. Now, our names are very strange. My name is...
Would it be all right? Do you have a nickname? Could I just call you? Oh,
my nickname is Ted.
Oh, Ted.
Ted,
Very
pretty
good.
good.
I can understand that's a natural derivative of that. Yes.
I will say, though, that your name in its original form, I felt like it lowered my blood pressure.
Well, that's so wonderful.
I was a little tense, but after you said your name, a calm came over me.
I feel inner peace right now. Have you noticed how much more pleasant I am?
I don't know if you're a changed man, but you are for the moment.
Have I said it enough that I love your planet?
I love it too. I'm not going to lie. It's like living in a dream, really.
You said it's like living in a dream. Is it like living in a dream in terms of the comfort, obviously? But is it confusing, like dreams can be? Or is it a comfortable, like, oh, look, I'm riding a unicorn and this is lovely?
Have you ever had a dream you never want to wake up from?
I have had one, yes.
Then imagine that one dream you had was your life every day.
Oh, my. That would...
That is what it's like living on my planet.
Do you ever wonder if you're dreaming or if you're actually awake then?
What is the difference, really?
I'm going to ponder that for quite a while. I'm going to need at least 2 or 3 more Pan-Galactic Garga Blasters to get to the center of that question.
Do people not sleep on your planet? Despite all the comfort, is it so comfortable that you don't want to fall asleep because you're going to miss the comfort?
Oh, no, because you think you're comfortable now, and then you go to sleep and you say, oh my goodness, I didn't know I could get more comfortable.
Would you say that would be, if your planet had a motto, a mission statement of sorts, would that be I don't want to put words in your mouth, because that can be very uncomfortable.
This is true.
I'm putting you on the spot.
We have a couple. One is there is no limit to your comfort, of course.
Very good, yes.
And the other is President's Day sale ends Sunday.
What an inspiring motto that is.
Yes.
Horatio, I think I've got our guide entry.
I find this the most comfortable one we've done, yes.
President's Day sale is what I think we should put into the guide. And that is tonight's dinner, my friend.
I'm so very happy I could help.
I look forward one day to, and correct me if I'm wrong in pronouncing. I like to pronounce planets correctly because I like for them to welcome me there and not welcome me. Sealyposturpediarama.
That sounds right.
And then...
Oh, comfy planet.
AKA the comfy planet.
Yes, for sure. The comfy planet. Yes.
And type that in. And presidents, was that presidents with an apostrophe or does it matter?
I think it doesn't really matter, but, whatever you're comfortable with.
All right, there. Enter and submitted. Perfect.
Lovely.
Ted, you have been a lovely guest and our first guest.
Thank you so much.
What a comfortable launch this was.
Thank you for joining us for Hitchhikers and Appetizers. And of course, thanks to our guest, Ted. I have been Trellis Gardeen.
And I continue to be Horatio Zinn. Until next time, keep your towels clean, and if you're visiting Eccentrica Golumbits on Eroticon 6 and you forget your condoms, she has one for every type of genitalia in the known universe on her nightstand. So don't panic. Everything you heard in this episode was improvised, but not everything improvised was heard. This episode of Hitchhikers and Appetizers featured the voice talents of Mike Gorgone as Trellis Gardeen, Bran Peacock as Horatio Zinn, and Nikki Margolis as Ted. Finally, Hitchhikers and Appetizers is part of the Improv in Action Network. Check out other great improvised podcasts and projects at improvinaction.com. If you'd like to reach out to Trellis or Horatio, you can send electronic messages to them at our Galaxy address, hitchappspodcast@gmail.com. Or you can find them on Twitter with the handle hitchapps.
Shut up and sit down.